Hi guys and welcome back. Today I'm going to be working on a little watercolor painting and talking about the process and inspiration and just lots of little things. So if you'd like to work on your own artwork while you watch me, while we chit chat and make some artwork together, that sounds like a pretty fun idea. I did have a very exciting announcement though, and that is that I have a Kickstarter that I'll be launching probably on October 8th. And it's going to be for an enamel pin collection. I have been working on these pins for several months now, and I am just so excited to be able to finally show you guys what they look like and to launch this Kickstarter. I love the idea of having several pins that fit this theme and this story, which I've written little snippets of the story up that will be part of the campaign. So if you want to learn more about the world and the story behind this, then stay tuned for when this actually launches. But yeah, that will hopefully launch on October 8th. And I will definitely have announcements basically everywhere. So stay tuned for a community post here on YouTube and for a post over on Instagram and on Patreon for when it officially goes live. But yeah, so let's just go ahead and jump into talking about this painting and inspiration for it and a medley of other things. But yeah, this piece, I wanted it to feel like Halloween, feel like fall time, but definitely lean stronger on the fall cozy side of the spectrum as opposed to overtly Halloween. So there are certain touches that I wanted it to feel like it could totally fit in with Halloween artwork, but nothing too on the nose this time. Only because I had been doing a lot of very specifically Halloween pieces, which I love. I've been really enjoying that. So this one was just a change of pace that still felt like it was feeding into that same kind of inspiration and that same flow, but it also was a little bit different. So ultimately, I think that the main thing that connects it with more of a Halloween feel is the colors that I ended up choosing. So this one's just based on orange, black, and purple, which are very traditional Halloween colors. And I made it very simple as far as how many colors were involved. I tend to really prefer very simple color palettes, especially for things smaller like this. I like to group values and colors, and yeah, I ended up being able to have it very simplified in this one. There's a lot of the same purple and a lot of the same orange, and it makes it really easy to sit down and just get into the zone of painting when you can work like that, because I've already figured out the colors that I'm mixing together, and I can just add a little bit of variation. So say I want there to be a little bit of, say, granulation in a certain area, I can add just a little bit more of the blue that I use to mix my purple, and then it creates interest and there's a shift in the color, but I don't have to sit there and think about, okay, well, what's a color that will actually mesh well with the ones that I'm already working on. So, and of course, having a color comp to begin with is always very helpful for clearing that kind of thing up. But yeah, I find when you're working with very simplified color palettes like this, it's a lot easier to just get into the zone of just painting and being able to pick up those same colors that you've used elsewhere and just create different values so that they have a different way of popping out to the eyes, so that the eye travels through the painting the way that you want it to. And I also like being able to bring down the saturation for certain areas, make sure that the saturation really shines in others, just to be able to, again, play with where that focal point ends up being in the painting. So as far as the inspiration for this piece, it's pretty obvious. It's right on the nose of what I wanted to paint, but I thought about different fall time occasions that just feel really cozy, and ultimately I settled on painting a character having some tea. I've certainly visited this theme before in the past, but I love painting it. It's just so satisfying to paint it, and I love those times personally. I love when I can end the day with just some warm tea and little cookies, and it just makes me feel so good. It's one of my favorite activities, I guess you could call it, for fall time. I'm always on the lookout for more delicious fall flavors of tea and everything, but yeah, so that is what I decided to revisit this time, only This time I wanted it to be in Halloween colors. I also wanted there to be just a little bit of these magical elements to it. Like always, I like to be able to find those details that I can put in. So I have areas where there's bones on the character, and I also have the little moons and stars that are coming up with the smoke from, not the smoke, the steam from her tea. And that part eventually will be a metallic paint. It's kind of a mixture of silver and gold, but anyways, I was looking for details like that I could really just make it feel subtly magical, but still just make the main focus be on that atmosphere of warmth and contentment and coziness. And I've definitely mentioned this before, but I love working with unnatural colors in the skin. And specifically, I love working with it in the way that I used it in this specific piece. So I love being able to find colors that are going to be present elsewhere in the painting and then use it in a more subtle, desaturated way for the skin, because it ends up really just marrying together different elements of the piece, and it creates this very harmonious kind of a color palette, which I absolutely love that feeling and that look within a piece. So for this, her skin color is very purple. It leans really cool. If you noticed before I painted anything else and it was just her skin that was painted, it did look very purple, very unnatural, but as you look at it and I add more components to the painting, things that are very saturated compared to the skin, or areas that are the same color as the skin, that same similar purple that can be found in it, but it's much more pure and pigmented, it actually starts to make the skin look far more natural and normal. It doesn't look like this strange saturated color that isn't really present in skin. It makes it really harmonious and feel more like there is this kind of shared light in the environment that she's in. And I love that. I love being able to find ways to connect areas, especially areas like skin or hair, so that it does have this connection with the more saturated, pure colors that I like to put in elsewhere in my paintings. But the way that I mix the skin color, and I probably should have mentioned this earlier when I was actually painting it, but I figure I'll talk it through really quickly if you're interested. I did the first initial wash that was actually much more of the orange color, so I used the same colors that I had already tested out that I wanted for her hair, and I mixed those up and just made it a lot lighter, and then I applied that as a wash. And then I added just a little bit more of the red color that was the mixture for the skin, and added the little blush areas and certain areas that I wanted to look a little bit more raw. And then I moved over to working on the shadow, which I based mostly on quinacridone violet. I love that color for creating shadow in skin. So I helped push that purple value a little bit more with that pigment, but it also helps desaturate the overall skin's appearance because it's a purple on top of that orange color, or peach I should say, and it does knock it down a little bit. It brings both of those colors down in saturation. And then I added just a little bit more of a deeper shadow that I used ultramarine blue, so that it has just that extra punch of coolness and depth to it. And I left my favorite step for last, and that's painting the steam or anything translucent in watercolors. I absolutely love doing that, but really the key to it is just figuring out what the value and the temperature of the thing that you're painting that's translucent is, so that you know how to manipulate the colors that are behind it, that it's overlapping. So since I'm painting steam, it's light and it is a little bit cooler. At least the way that I wanted to paint it, it was a little bit cooler. So for the background, I just took those same colors that I used to mix the background color, and I just made it a little bit lighter. I added a little extra water and a little bit extra of the blue pigment that I used to mix it up. And then I placed that. But I find that it really shines, this kind of element shines most when it's able to overlap several different elements, so that you can see how it affects different colors and different values. It really does just push that effect. So when I was able to paint over the area where it's overlapping with the teacup, I just made sure that that orange ended up being lighter and a little bit cooler, and then the tea is a little bit lighter and a little bit cooler than it is elsewhere where the steam is not overlapping, and that just really helps nail that effect. And I guess actually the last step really was painting the metallic details for this piece. I love being able to add elements like that to more light, whimsical pieces like this, but I specifically put it on the moon and stars that were in the steam that was coming out of the teacup so that it felt magical. I ended up doing a bit of a mixture of gold and silver so that it was still light, but it had just enough value that you could still see it even if it wasn't in shadow, you know, the way that metallic paint tends to look like. And I added these very, very thin strands of gold hair into her hair, which I loved that detail. I thought it ended up looking really pretty and very subtle. And don't forget to stay tuned for when I can announce when the Kickstarter will launch and for when it actually launches. I am really excited about the set of pins. I absolutely loved designing them and loved thinking about the story behind them. So I can't wait to be able to show those to you guys and give you more of the story and all of that. But yeah, I will absolutely be letting you guys know. And I do have this original painting available at my shop. There's a link down in the description that'll take you over to my art shop. And as always, I want to give a massive thank you to all of my patrons over on Patreon. You guys are absolutely incredible. I cannot thank you enough for all of your support that you give me. And that's about it for today. So I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you then.